Hi guys, welcome back to GP Reactions. I hope you're well. Hope you're having a great weekend. And as always, thanks for subscribing. So I'm going to be reacting to David Bowie for the first time on his channel. This is a track called Sound and Vision, and it's taken from the album Low. It entered the UK Top 40 on the 19th of February 1977, and it kind of peaked at a really good number 3. I'm not sure if I've heard this before. I recognise the title, but I can't kind of place how it goes, so I'll kind of let you know halfway through the song if I've heard it before. Looking forward to listening to this. So this is a video of a vinyl record playing, I believe. So if you're a fan of the old vinyl, I suggest you kind of pour a nice cup of tea, sit back, put your headphones on, and listen to some snap, crackle and pop. So yeah, without further ado, this is David Bowie with Sound and Vision. It says 1981 on the video. I'm not sure if this was kind of re-released in 1981 or if it's appeared on another album in 1981. But it's definitely the originals from 1977 from the album Low. So yep, without further ado, this is David Bowie and Sound and Vision. So guys, just to let you know, I've heard this before. I do kind of recognise the whole the opening part of this track, and I can't kind of quite place where the vocals would come in, but I've definitely kind of heard this this beat before, this jam. I kind of love the bass as well, and the lead guitar on this, and I like the way the synths just come in as well. It's really cool. It feels really kind of light and it feels very appropriate for a Sunday with the sun shining, that because it kind of feels very light and frothy. So I'm going to not a couple of seconds.
Sound and vision. Blue, electric blue. That's the color of my room where I will live. Blue, blue. Pale blinds drawn all day. Nothing to read, nothing to say. Blue, blue. I will sit right down, waiting for the gift of sound and vision. And I will sing, waiting for the gift of sound and vision. Drifting into my solitude, over my head. Don't you wonder sometimes about sound and vision?
That was David Bowie, Sound and Vision, and I don't know why I kind of thought there should have been more lyrics to that, but yeah, I kind of really, really enjoyed that. Interesting thing was I loved the way the whole kind of song was like underpinned by the bass, and but then he had this kind of really light guitar above that. Kind of gave it a really kind of sort of like a really happy kind of feel to it. But then that's kind of like juxtaposed with the David Bowie's vocals, which was slightly kind of down, I kind of thought. So it's got like a big kind of contrast between the actual music and David Bowie's vocals. It's a really, really kind of nice little record, and it's quite kind of hypnotic to watch a turntable going round. I've kind of forgotten what that was like. I still got a turntable at home, but I very rarely use it. I guess it's because with kind of like downloading music, it's so kind of instant. But I'm gonna have to try and get back into using it a little bit more, and to kind of appreciate the hypnotic qualities that watching a turntable kind of spin is. And I used to kind of just love listening to the snap crackle I used to get the beginning and the end. But yeah, I really enjoyed this song. Not entirely kind of sure what the lyrics were about, but it kind of felt, like I said, it kind of felt that we were dealing with like very kind of happy music, but slightly frustrated, down kind of vocals. So I'm going to dive into what lyrics there are, and I know there weren't many, and this was a short song as well. So, don't you wonder sometimes about sound and vision? Blue, blue, electric blue, that's the colour of my room where I live, blue, blue. Pale blinds, drawn all day, nothing to do, nothing to say, blue, blue. It's kind of like, it feels like he might kind of be singing about writer's block. Pale blinds, drawn all day, nothing to do, nothing to say, blue, blue. So I guess that if it is kind of writer's block, I can only kind of relate it to when I was like studying. Sometimes I had a real kind of block with how to start an assignment, to put ideas together, and I just kind of had to close myself off in a room, and there was certain aspects about that particular room that made it easier to kind of concentrate, and for sure, yeah, if closing the curtains kind of helps as well, because there's no distractions from the outside. So maybe this is a song about David Bowie having like difficulties with kind of like putting some lyrics down on paper, and that the actual song is an intentional, the whole instrumental bit at the beginning is an intentional part of that message of not being able to write. So the story of a song is actually incorporated in that there is like a large kind of instrumental part at the beginning. I will sit right down, waiting for the gift of sound and vision, and I will sing, waiting for the gift of sound and vision, drifting into my solitude over my head. That's really interesting, drifting into my solitude over my head. I kind of get the feeling that if you kind of sit long enough, you kind of go into a meditative state. And if you're a writer, I guess that you can either do one or two things. You can either throw ideas that are conscious to you onto paper, or alternatively, you can empty your mind, maybe meditate, and kind of see what just kind of comes out of the universe at you, and that kind of sometimes helps create some really, really kind of good ideas for things. I kind of tried meditation myself in the past, and it's kind of difficult to do when there's a cat about. Cats do not allow you to meditate, and for anyone who's kind of watched enough of the videos that I've done for YouTube, occasionally you'll see a pair of ears and a tiny little paw come up, and it'll be opening the door, closing the door. And for sure, when I've tried to meditate in the past, next thing I know, something's kind of climbing over the back of my head, and it's a little cat. So So yeah, guys, I really enjoyed this song. It felt very, very good for this day. It kind of felt very appropriate for a sunny, uplifting day that today is, and I really kind of should be out walking, but I'm always kind of torn between like listening to music and getting outside and getting fresh air. But yeah, you know what? If you have any thoughts about any of the David Bowie songs you'd like me to react to, I'm an open book on that. I've kind of heard quite a few David Bowie songs in my life. I didn't think I'd heard this one, but as it turns out, I kind of realised that as soon as it started, it was one of those vague songs, but definitely is one that I'd had heard back maybe between 1977 and 81 perhaps, for sure. So yeah, nothing else to say on this. Take care, and I'll have reactions for you, some more reactions for you real soon.